Grand Arising Soul Fam. Today I am coming on and sharing a Wisdom Keeper story from the 64 Faces of Awakening. Today I am contemplating Gene Key 12, which is the shadow of vanity, the gift of discrimination, and the city or the divine expression of purity. This is Gene Key 12, and here is the card, the beautiful image from Dr. Rosie Aronson's deck, 64 Faces of Awakening, gift of discrimination. And this is, really about the purity of our heart, the energy that we emit. So it starts off with a Richard Rudd quote that says, "To discriminate is to know inherently what and who is healthy for you in life." My wisdom story. From birth, I was recognized as an old, wise soul. It pained me to see the brutality and maliciousness of humanity, and it was easy for me to see through the fears and follies of the people around me. Instinctively, I knew there was more to life, so I launched my spiritual search. For years, I studied with wise teachers, watched my thoughts, and mastered my emotions. As I progressed, my mind became clear, my expressions artful, and my communication immaculate. Everyone commented on my impressively calm and agreeable nature. I looked around me and saw people consumed by misguided efforts to look good and appear successful. I watched them blindly clinging to limited systems and beliefs, and I felt grateful that I was no longer caught up in such a sad, futile game, until it hit me. Beneath my gratitude was pride, and even deeper than that, a subtle and elitist disdain for those who hadn't achieved the level of spiritual awareness and non-attachment that I had. The very vanity I saw in the world lived in me. With this realization came the next. The more I tried to transcend or reject my own vanity, the more subtly it shapeshifted and held fast to me. Once, I befriended my very human need to feel special. I was able to appreciate its tremendous gifts and the essential role it plays in our shared creative evolution. My gift to you. I want you to know that vanity is a necessary, beautiful part of being human. Without a love of your uniqueness, how could you possibly unfold your intelligent wings, rejoice in your personal power, or come to know and express your most wonderful qualities? In the end, we'll all discover that if we truly love ourselves, we must love everyone, for we are all one. But for now, I invite you to stop obsessing about what you can and should do to get rid of your vanity. Instead, allow yourself to fall in love with your own authenticity and the authenticity in others. Learn to discriminate the real from the false and who and what is healthy for you. Transform your innate desire to improve yourself into an art form and speak from the heart. The rest will take care of itself. Questions for contemplation. So you may like to save this and come back to it with a journal, and when you have some time to write, you may just like to place a hand over your heart and check in and see if anything comes up. It starts off to say, what masks do you wear in your everyday life? And what do you fear or hope might happen if you took off the mask? How does your inner elitist express itself? Do you sometimes think you're more evolved than others? Do you keep these thoughts to yourself, or do they sometimes leak out with malice? And be honest. Anything that we judge is an opportunity for us to see what we are in relationship with, whether we are in right relationship with something, or if something's coming up as a catalyst for us to reflect on and see maybe how our opinion on something has shifted, has changed. Do you have a good sense of discrimination? Do you know who or what is healthy for you? And how do you know this? It's a really good one. Start listening to your voice when you speak, and notice how much of your pure heart is in what you say. If there's a lack of heart, there may be a form of vanity present that isn't serving you. I was just in a Gene Keys call this morning, one of our calls in the way of Namaste, which is a community on the Mighty Network that you're all invited to. And we we're just talking about the power of sharing from the heart and just reflecting on the power of sharing from the great I am and what it is. And usually when I'm sharing from that place, like we might have just a living energy that comes through, and as it comes through me, many times my voice might shake, and just like feeling the magnitude of what's coming out and how it may affect us. And it might even take a little while before it like really sinks in. But I can sometimes feel that channel has just been opened. And then also having the humility to recognize when that message is